Hey guys, my name is Simpzy. How you all doing? Welcome back to some more Hearts of Iron 4 here today on the channel. We're going to be kicking things off with another spectator slash AI only campaign. We're going to be playing as Poland here today. So if you like the sound of that, feel free to leave the video a like and subscribe if you're new. We're going to be starting in the 1st of January 1936. Now, I was tempted to go with one of the major factions for this video. However, I've changed my mind. I want to play as Poland as they are one of the new reworked focus trees in No Step Back, along with the Soviet Union and Latvia, Estonia, and Lithuania, of course. So let's play as Poland, and let's hope they can survive longer than 1939. There's a fair few ways this Polish campaign can go. Obviously, there's being neutral, getting taken over by the Germans, potentially going democratic and getting Allied aid a lot earlier on. Also, they could actually join the Third Reich, potentially, or there's what's added now. There's a bunch of different monarchy trees. Poland can form a Lithuanian Commonwealth together, as they did of old. What's the other one? So there's obviously Mesmors, which they can form in here, but there's also coalitions and alliances with Czechoslovakia and Romania as well. So I'm curious to see where the Polish AI is going to end up, and for this video I want them to try and at least last till 1940. Whether or not they get carved up by the Soviet Union or the Germans, time will tell. We're going to be playing on Elite difficulty, of course, Iron Man mode off, and we're going to turn off historical AI focuses because I want everyone to go and do their own separate thing. Okay, so let's start things off and have a look at Poland's territorial position. They're in a really tricky spot, of course. Like, historically, Poland has not always been these traditional borders. It's moved constantly around this area. So they're obviously surrounded by two major factions, which are going to make things difficult, as they both want to divide Poland up between themselves. We do have Czechoslovakia to the south as well, and Romania. So, and then there's also this Kaliningrad enclave here, and Lithuania as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 like vectors of attack in Poland that they could potentially come from. So let's undo the HUD and let's get stuck in. So we are using observe and the just to get rid of the fog of war as well. So let's kick things off and see if Poland can defend themselves. So they currently have 40 divisions in 1936 with a whopping 28 infantry, which isn't too bad as a starting nation. The major problem is that the fact that the Soviets and the Germans vastly outnumber them. They have 10 divisions of cavalry and 2 mountaineer forces as well. However, we've already had this first little development here. Assemble the Regency Council. Oh, I can't wait to see and go through and have a look at every other major faction to see what path they are going down. Okay, so they've gotten rid of the non-aligned council and they're going non-aligned. Fulfill the 5th of November Act. So what line are they going down? Oh, potentially to the Cossack King. I guess this is the Poland-Lithuanian Commonwealth, or the Romanian, or the Habsburgs. Okay, so it looks like they're going down one of the new, what is it? I think there's technically 3 or 4 monarchy routes by the look of it, as there is currently a regency here in Poland. Volunteer only, embargoed economy, and a civilian economy as well. Decisions, they're currently dealing with a looming peasant strike, and they might have to deal with a crackdown. They're currently investing in the 4-year plan. Reform the Commonwealth. Oh yeah, the Poland-Lithuanian Commonwealth they could go through. Italy has taken Ethiopia. Actually, let's have a look at the Navy. So they do actually have a Navy. I was gonna go through the Air Force and the Navy. So they do have Danzig, the demilitarized zone, because that's always a conflict area. So they currently have 2 destroyers and 3 submarines. That might just cause some chaos against the Germans, but I don't think that's going to overly complicate things. They currently have 3 air wings, mostly made up of 162 Polish fighter pilots, and research, they're just currently investing in their economy, getting better quality mechanical computing, and concentrating their industry to increase their factory and dockyard output, and they're going with construction one as well, with construction speed +10 and the factory repair speed at a 10 as well. Diplomacy wise, it is still very early days. But you never know. We are using Chaos AI. I'm mostly using UI mods. In this, the only other mod I'm using is Chaos AI and just coring states as well, just to make it when the AI goes and conquers regions, it's actually beneficial for them to do so. It kind of actually stops puppeting overly too much. It makes them like, look, if I conquer, I take this ground, we're going to invest the population back into the army. So it actually encourages the AI and actually rewards them for conquering and annexing territory, because that's what you guys want to see in the video. You want to see countries fight and battle it out, and if they take territory and conquer states, they're going to be rewarded for it, which I think is quite cool. Alright, so looking at the Polish economy, they have 32 factories, 20 civilian to 12. The stability is currently 60. War support is at 60 as well. They currently have 150 manpower in reserve, and they are slowly but surely building up their daily fuel and oil capacity while the logistics are full. They currently have 5 oil within the country of Poland, 3 aluminium, 5 rubber. They do need to get that tungsten up. The Spanish Civil War has kicked off. They do have 28 steel, which is their most valuable resource and what they've got the most commodity of, and then they've got 0 chromium. At the moment, they're currently so they're reforming the farming sector with agrarian reforms, and they're also building military factory installations at Krakow. Production-wise, they're currently making the Polish KBSP rifle. They're making 40 of them a day, and they're mostly going with interwar bombers, close air support, and fighters to defend Poland, which is not too bad of a plan. But the problem is they have to defend so much territory. They've got the Soviets to their east. They have this annoying enclave here that they have to protect from, and then obviously on the border here with Posen, they have Stettin and Koslin there, very, very close to them. They're making 5 support equipment a day as well. The Polish division as well is very light, along with the Mountaineers, but it looks like Latvia has had a civil war. Only time will tell, will that affect us? We're right on the border here. They're currently trying to get their rifles back in surplus. Okay, so there's been a couple of civil wars here. We've got the Lithuanian Communist Civil War, and then we've got the Fascist Estonian War. So it looks like both the Germans and the Soviets are pushing into the Baltic sphere of influence. Okay, so they've actually trying to support monarchism in Czechoslovakia, as King Karl Albrecht of the Habsburg line, Habsburgs have been brought in Poland. The Kingdom of Poland is back, baby. Oh my god. I wonder if they'll push into Austria to some extent. Okay, so they've brought back the king to try and defend Poland. That's super interesting. Stalin is still currently in control of the Soviet Union. Anything going on in Germany? No, Adolf is still hanging out here in the Axis. The last 2 saves we've actually had German civil wars. They've both tried to bring back the Kaiser, which happens quite a bit. Oh, here we go. The Soviets have declared war upon the White Russians. The Reds facing the Whites. It's a civil war here, and it looks like the Soviets are going down the Tsar route as fierce fighting has broken out in the Union. Alright, let's have a look at France. They're currently under the leadership of Pierre. Only time will tell where they go. We've got the Italians as well. Ooh, democracy does seem to be on the rise. And not too much is going on here in Romania. Yeah, so they could have actually gone with and sided with Lithuania, Romania, or Czechoslovakia, but it looks like they're going to ally themselves with the Czechs. The UK... Oh, that's not good. Oh, no. The British Union of Fascists is coming to a head. Oh, no, that's going to be annoying. If... Oh, that's really not good. If they actually break the Allies, split it up and join with the Germans. Obviously, the Spanish Civil War's going on. Of course, anything going on here in the States? Or Canada? No, usually a bit same old. Alrighty, so what wars have we got going on here? So, Japan has declared war upon China. They've started things over in the east. Oh my god, so... it looks like the White Russians are winning. They've managed to take out nearly 300,000 Soviets in their war. The Estonian Civil War is still going along with the Spanish and now the Japanese have pushed into China. Let's have a look over in the Asian theater to see what's going on. So it looks like Hirohito has cemented his position in Japan and Korea and is actually pushing into Manchuria as he's battling it out with the Chinese, forming his own faction, the Great East Asian Co-Prosperity Sphere, as nearly all of the Soviets in the east of the country have nearly seized. The White Russians, the provincial Russian government, has nearly seized the Reds in the east. Oh my god. Looks like Uzbekistan, due to a nearly imminent lapse of the Soviet Union and the downfall of Stalin, they have declared their independence, going democratic. So this is massive for Poland. Potentially they could have an ally if they look to the east. Oh wow, but you never know. Just because they're both non-aligned and monarchies doesn't mean that they don't want the eastern half of Poland. And they've grown to 47 total divisions now. But Soviets and White Russians, the White Russians have taken Stalingrad. They're pushing over the Dnipro River. Kiev has fallen, and the Russian government is taking 116 states. The Soviet Union has been annexed, and oh my god, my eyes, it's so bright when it gets taken. And currently, the Polish are studying the British designs, so no government has been brought in, or the provisional government is still there. No monarchy has been brought in just yet. Oh my god. The Spanish Civil War's going on. I still can't tell who's winning. It's always an absolute madness down in Spain. Alright, what's Poland doing now? They're currently expanding their seaport support. Czechoslovakia is democratic. The Germans are just currently investing in their infrastructure. Looks like Italy looks to press their claim upon the... Yeah, okay. So the Union of Yugoslavia. And as we go into excavation, France is building military factories. Oh no! And it looks like the British Empire has brought in Michael Fassbender. I always think, does that look like the mustache and the hair? I think so. Maybe not so much like the nose and the eyes, but Oswald Mosley. Oh no! So does that mean the Allies have been dissolved? Potentially. But it looks like the Czechs have invited Yugoslavia into the Czech Entente. So what does that mean for Poland? As it's about to hit it's 1938. Did that route get negated in the end? So they've gone down the House of Habsburg. They're trying to support monarchy in Czechoslovakia. So they can actually go down the Habsburg Hungarian alliance. Okay. So they've actually, yeah, they've gone away from Romania and potentially like the Soviet stuff there. Alright, that's super interesting. So there's also the North Sea as well. The Baltic Alliance. Yeah, dude, this Polish tree is huge. Especially for Poland, that's awesome. Alright. So they've done with that. Oh, they're preparing for war. Well, getting the army prepared, whether or not they attack. Their manpower has been heavily depleted though. Only sitting at 39k at the moment. And has the Tsar been brought in? No. Not yet. But this is being a little bit quiet. No world war has broken out because... Or maybe it's not really. Maybe it's just the last couple of times I've noticed it. Oh, looks like the Kingdom of Lithuania has arose. While Latvia is still firmly in a civil war. Oh, and it looks like Estonia managed to throw back the fascists. The Soldier King, King Karl, will be able to become a field marshal in his own right. Oh, cool. Well, I guess we'll skip ahead and see if anything huge kicks off. But the Spanish Civil War is going on, and it looks like China is currently losing the war against Imperial Japan. Well, the Kingdom of Hungary has joined the Axis, and Mexico has declared war against Guatemala. The Polish have actually increased their divisions to 53, so actually quite building up a bit. I also noticed this. They're currently investing in a special project in Czechoslovakia to support them, which is super interesting. But it unfortunately does look like, oh, Yugoslavia has left the Czech Entente as they're building up, and they're actually surrounded here. Oh, and the Germans have just kicked things off. Romania is going to back them. Oh, I kind of wish, like, Poland can join on in. So, a war has kicked off. What's actually happened here in Yugoslavia? Okay, they've gone, communist there. Oh, wow, this does not look good. This could be the end for essentially Poland, if they're not careful, because they've gone down that route of supporting the Czechs. Currently, Germany, allied with Hungary, have 135 divisions, and the United States has declared war against Britain. What is this? Oh, things are kicking off indeed, as the Czech Entente has basically been carved up, and yeah, you would imagine Romania and Czechoslovakia won't be able to last too long. Luxembourg came on in their side, but the Germans are probably too strong. Wow, I don't believe this. The United States has decided to interfere with Britain as... okay. Oh, wow. So, against the far right in the in Britain. Oh my god, and this... And they've gone as well. Oh, wow. Oh, that's some really bad luck. So it looks like Germany is going to ally with France and potentially Britain. The West is going to go and join the Axis, while the East is being non-aligned and democratic and dealing with their own thing. Oh my god. Wow. So we've got the American-British War, because Philippines and British Malaya. Oh, okay. The British have lost a bit of casualties. Who's going to win? Oh, wow. I'm surprised the US did that. It's not like they're overly favoured to win. However, it does look like the German war machine is currently surrounding Prague, as the Czechs, unfortunately, look like they're going to capitulate. And it doesn't look good here on the Romanian border as well, as French and German and Hungarian tanks carve up the countryside. Poland has managed to grow the army to 70, but with the Treaty of Luxembourg, it looks like... Lithuania... Oh my god. Poland... Oh my god. So what's this? The Bohemian Empire. Oh my god. So... the Legionary of Romania has been installed. Oh, looks like Russia's changed here though. And they've brought back Tsar Vladimir. Okay, so what are they technically now then? They're not aligned, but so are we. I wonder if the Russians will support our independence as Yugoslavia, even though communism, even though the USSR has fallen. Oh, hang on. No. Oh, okay. They're on the side of the Chinese. Japan's doing quite well. Oh, wow. The major factions have kind of swung a bit. Did Britain declare war upon Portugal? Oh my god, and Franco won in Spain as well. This is not good whatsoever. Oh, the Kingdom of Poland managed to rise. Alright. So, the American Union is now a thing. Italy has declared war upon Yugoslavia. But look like for a split second there they've joined the Allies. What's Italy doing? Oh, wow. So it looks like there's going to be a war between the fascists as Britain has called in Italy. Brazil are trying to do some conquering. The right is on the rise in Europe. So that's really quite confusing, particularly with, like, essentially the British Empire being dissolved. Yeah, I don't know what's going on over here. So wars-wise, we've got the British-American war going on. The Chinese-Japanese. And Poland is still turtling in 1939. But for how much longer? I do not know. As Italy is swarming into Yugoslavia. It looks like they're going to claim and take them. Poland seems to be drawing some battle plans up. I guess they're justifying a war. They're currently trying to build a main railway station in Warsaw, because obviously you got to keep your supply up nice and high in this new version, this new DLC. They've enforced limited conscription. They're going with an export focus and a civilian economy for now before any war is broken out. Production-wise, they're currently getting civilian trains, and actually WZ-38 Moors now. They're producing 40 of them a day. They're also getting Polish anti-tank and improved artillery as well, which is good for them. As Mexico joins the Axis. Oh wow, does that mean they're going to be literally fighting on the Mexican-American border? Potentially. As the Allies are about to take Belgrade here. And Spain has joined them as well. No, that's not Spain. Sorry. That is Portugal. Who's allied with the British. Britain's going to take southern Spain. Launching from Gibraltar, they've taken Granada, Cordoba, and pushed up towards Valencia and Villarreal. Oh my god. What a campaign. As France has... Oh, and we've been... Oh, hang on, something's happened here. The Russian Congress. So, we've been attacked. After all then. Yeah, Poland has rallied with the Ruskies. Oh my god. As France has declared war upon Belgium. So they didn't, in the end, join the Allies. Can Poland last? Only time will tell. As fighting has broken out on the Polish border here. So, they might be able to make it to 1940, I don't know. They're currently holding 72 divisions Poland has. The Habsburg dynasty fighting to the bitter end. As World War II has broken out. Okay, so we've got the French-Russian War, which has the Germans, Romanians, obviously, and then we've got Poland, Russia, and Belgium allying under the newly named Russian Congress. What else we got going on here? Then we've got this other war with the Americans and the Philippines getting on into it. And then China's sort of allied up in that. Oh, but this does not look good. However, Tsar Russian forces have made their way here. The infrastructure hopefully can be a bit better. How's the supply going? Ireland joins the American Union. And Honduras has joined the Russian Congress. Okay. So far, supplies are coming from the Soviet Union. Unfortunately, Poland has lost territory here. Is there some way to turn off some of these notifications? Because they get a bit crazy. No, we've got the pop-ups off anyway. Danzig has been taken. They're pushing towards the south here, into the German border. But I don't know how long for. So, unfortunately, 150,000 Poles have been lost. The casualties are rising to 400,000. While the Germans have lost 220. They're trying to expand the railroads to help in this war. Yeah, but it doesn't look like the Allies are actually fighting in this. The Allies being the Axis allies with Britain, Italy, and... especially, I was going to say Spain, but it's actually Portugal. And Britain there. The Turks have gone socialist, okay. You know what, they might be able to do it. Like, what are the divisions split as? Like, that's what I'm wondering. That's not too bad. 271 against 331. The French is the main problem that they went on in. That's super unfortunate for Poland. There's a civil war now in India. Unfortunately, they are... yeah... 31% towards capitulation, which is not good. And the casualties are starting to grow here as well. But the Russians are helping us out and trading with us, bringing 200 of their divisions. Ireland has capitulated. Oh, I was going to say, who's that to? It's to the Brits. Yeah, well, at least the States came in, that's alright. Oh, we've got... oh, because Belgium has joined with the monarchy Russian Eastern Coalition. Some fighting has broken out here in Africa. Netherlands has joined the American Union here, as they're pretty much about to be dissolved unless some Americans can get in here and help. And unfortunately, I think Poland isn't going to be able to hold, as the Germans and their Lugers and their tanks are just going to be a little bit too much for Poland here. Yeah, 55 now. Well, it's basically up to the Russians. Will the Russians with their new Tsar have enough fighting power and have enough will? As unfortunately they brought back the Habsburgs. They weren't able to bring in Czechoslovakia quick enough because they went and did their own coalition, as the Germans move into Odessa now and Moldova. Yeah, unfortunately the Allies have, if they came in, they might have been able to mount some pressure on the Pyrenees here, or potentially the southern French border as well. But not coming in has really hampered them. Oh, back over here in America, they are currently fighting Axis forces, mostly Mexican. There are a couple of Romanians here as well. So it looks like America will be conquering Mexico by the look of it. They're already launching invasions just south of Mexico City. And it looks like... oh, I was going to say Russia sent some troops over, but no, it's El Salvador there helping on out. Okay, oh, they've lost 4 divisions in the end. And the Japanese are doing super well over in the east. Poland hasn't officially capitulated just yet, as Warsaw is still holding, but it's not looking good. Air support wise, thanks to the help of the United and Combined Russian and Polish Air Force, Eastern Poland is currently holding aerial supremacy. Oh, but it's a little bit back and forth there. Mostly West Poland has been, the air has been seceded. But yeah, they're actually pushing through Romania now. Oh, Hungary, Romania, and these factions here fell super quick as they're moving eastward now. Sumy, Chernigov, Kyiv has been taken as well. And they've actually landed here in Rostov. The Russians have deployed mines here from Sevastopol in the Crimea. You gotta give it to the Poles. They haven't capitulated, and they have lasted to 1931. Oh, and now they've officially gone. But they're still fighting. So, the war that we're currently in, Germany and France have to capitulate, while the Russians are only what's remaining. Oh my god. 650k Poles lost, and now it's gonna rise to 1 million Russians. Manpower-wise, the Axis have it. It's just France with those divisions, man. Like, if France didn't get involved, that's some pretty good RNG for them. Like, they probably could have won. They would have come very, very close. But the Axis allies aren't helping out. Okay, so we've got the South American Pact. Oh my god, Indonesia has joined the Americans. Alright, let's swing back over here. Oh, Mexico is probably about to fall to the American Union. And Russia isn't probably too far off capitulating either. As the Germans are blitzkrieging to Volgograd and Stalingrad. And they're only, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 or so tiles actually away from Moscow as well. Wow, so the Eastern Monarchy front with the Tsar and the King of the Habsburgs can't seem to stand against Adolf and his Axis forces. Does look like Greece has come on in. They've sided with the Americans. So it looks like Britain under the right allies. I feel bad. I don't, not bad. It just doesn't feel right calling them the allies when they're fascist. So it's like, I guess the right allies, we'll call them, as the far right allies, as like the Axis are doing their own thing. And it looks like Germany is going to have a hell of a blitzkrieg game. They're going to be able to take Moscow before 1941, more than likely. And they might actually just win, like straight up. Japan has done its own thing, conquering the East. Not really involved. Bringing in a reorganized China. There's a lot of fighting going down here in Southeast Asia, which is interesting. The Allies, the Axis, and the Americans trying to support Indonesian and Philippine freedom, liberty, and democracy. The Japanese are starting to send some military forces, and the Germans are trying to help out the Mexicans, which is super interesting. Poland, they're currently on an extensive conscription. But with the country capitulated, it's basically up to the Russians to try and help them out. Yeah, because they're not producing anything, they're not doing anything. Like, the faction, for all intents and purposes, is dead. Oh, no. I guess now that Poland's capitulated, I might actually jump over to the Russian perspective, maybe. And let's see what they're doing. Because they're our allies, aren't they? Because now that Poland's, well, kaput, we're going to look at the major defending ally as the German Reich is pushing massively into Russia itself. We might, yep, because Moscow's about to fall. And only Sevastopol's only falling now. The Caucasus is about to be taken. My god, this is going to be a really quick World War II. Okay, let's have a look from the Russian perspective. So they've got 123 divisions. Vladimir III is currently focusing on the fund of the Defense Ministry. Indonesia's doing their own thing. Limited conscription. They've switched over to a war economy. And anything else that we can have a look at? What are the Ruskies doing? They currently have their intelligence agency. They're trying to make resistant contacts in Germany. They're trying to invade the civilian infrastructure and plant false intelligence. Research-wise, they're trying to get better quality fighters, and they're getting better quality tanks here as well. Trade, they currently have 211 steel. But it's... yeah, Moscow is imminently about to fall. They've got 400,000 manpower in reserve. And I was going to say they were doing special projects, but it just went away. What are they producing? Pish 41s, 200 a day. They have Russian, old Soviet era, light and medium tanks by the look of it. What's the Russian template? Oh, that's alright. So 3 division and then like 2 artillery. That's not too bad. They're in a massive deficit of trucks and rifles though. That'd be my concern. They haven't invested too much in the Navy. It's not like they need it. The Air Force as well could be quite larger. But yeah, it's probably going to be a GG. I really don't know how they're going to come back from this. They're currently 71 now. It's just shot 2% towards the capitulation. 2 million Tsarite Russians have fallen. And the Reich has lost 1.5 in the French. Dude, you got to give it to the Germans. Under the Axis, they've done incredibly well. Oh my god. Dude. They're going to be able to wrap things up and be back at the Windsor for a nice cold pint before you say 1942. As Moscow is obviously officially fallen now. Novgorod as well. St. Petersburg. I love how that's switched over as well. Obviously, Leningrad. Oh my god. Yeah, so it looks like there was going to be divided between the Axis and the Allies. I wonder if war between those two will break out, as the Americans have nearly secured their North American sphere of influence by the look of it. And looks like the Axis have actually taken ground here in Java and Indonesia. Ah, no good. Monarchy has fallen in Europe again. Kazan has been deployed as the new Russian capital. As French rallied up with German forces look to push. Yeah, so the Axis and the Germans had an easier time this one around because they didn't have to deal with the French or the British. And they have just absolutely blitzkrieged on through. What are the RNG of that? Oh my god. We've got some fighting over here in the Middle East. As always, what else is going on over here? Yeah, so they're not really doing too much. The Japanese actually wrap things up and are just sort of chilling in their sphere of influence. But the Russian Congress, you would imagine, ain't gonna last much longer. Oh my god. Yeah, the only way we could sort of salvage this is if the Allies declare war upon the Axis, but they've actually declared war upon us. Well, look at it. Oh yeah, we are screwed. Look at this. The Allies, the Japanese, are actually against the Russians and the American Union. Oh my god. Yeah, it's only like a matter of time before the Russians fall. Damn, 2.6 lost as well. Some crazy wars going on over there. Yeah, because I was just having a quick look here. Just like, the Germans have signed like full-on non-aggression pacts with Italy, Spain, Japan. So I doubt that these guys are ever going to betray. Look at this. They've signed pacts with Hungary and Romania as well. Like, even though it's split between two factions, they're so ideologically aligned that they're probably not going to fight each other. As the states essentially have incorporated Mexico into the 50 states by the look of it. What's going on in Canada? They're now full democratic. They could get attacked there. Looks like Brazil has gone and joined the fascist allies as well. So even like South America has fallen. It does look like there's some Belgian and Russian tanks separated from the mainland there. But yeah, I'm just sort of waiting here now. 96. Any day now. One more city. So the Russians and the Americans and the Poles have lost a total of 5.3 to the Axis 3.3. Oh, and stuff's calculating now, and that's it. That's GG. It's actually kicked me out fully because they've lost. Oh, that's funny as. Wow, so even the game knows it. So total score, Britain won with the highest score there. Germans finished in second, Japan third, United States fourth, Italy fifth. Britain was up there with the army score. The Poles are nowhere to be seen. Naval score as well. Air Force with Britain. Same with the Navy as well. Germany with the factories, followed by the States. But I guess we'll just observe the Germans while we wait. But, oh, they're up setting up battle plans. It just depends if they do it. That's going to be interesting. There's just a lot of stuff going on here. I do want to try and check what happened to Poland exactly. Oh, Poland is just in Germany. Same with Russia by the look of it. Yeah. No, this is just straight up the German Reich. Oh my god. So there's the Axis for you. They're allied up with the Japanese in the Great East Asian Co-Prosperity Sphere, and then the Axis allies as well. Oh, it does look like the States are invading into Colombia by the look of it. Okay. Hang on. I'll add the fog of war off. There we go. That's what we want. Oh, so it's actually Colombian divisions in there. Oh, okay. Wow. Well, yeah, unless they declare war, which I don't know if they're going to exactly do. I might have to end the video here, because unfortunately we lost. The Habsburgs and the allied Tsar Russia couldn't hold on against the Axis, who brought in most of, like, these countries here. Austria, Czechoslovakia, Romania, and France. And the Allies have done their thing as well. But mostly, the fascists won this one. Okay, it's just hit January 1942, and it doesn't look like a war is going to kick off between the Axis, the Allies, or the Great East Asian Co-Prosperity Sphere. It's because they've just signed so many non-aggression pacts with each other. Like, they're pretty cemented on in. Like, all sides. Their major enemy that they have is the American Union, essentially the United States of America. But I don't know if they're going to be able to, like, come on in. They've done alright, taking Mexico. Sweden joins the American Union. Hell yeah. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Unfortunately, I gotta end it here. Thank you very much for watching. Unfortunately, Poland couldn't survive this one. They tried their damn hardest, though. But yeah, looks like the Allies and Axis, the fascist allies, basically going to win this one. Yeah, because basically Hitler actually wrapped up this one quite quickly by the look of it. But anyway, thanks guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned for more videos on the channel. More Hearts of Iron 4. It was a fun little try there here with the Habsburgs, but unfortunately it couldn't win. Stalin won his in the Russian campaign, and the Americans won as well, but this time around the AI actually lost, which is super interesting. So I want to see if the AI we're watching next time can hopefully win the next one. Anyway guys, take care, and I'm going to play the outro now. I'll see you in the next one. Unfortunately, it's time to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching. Check out my social media links in the description below if you want to stay connected with me. I also want to say thank you to this month's patrons and channel members: Victor K, Sebastian C, Jordan K, Caesar L, Brian S, Tao, Lion B, Kyle P, Tom C, and White P. My name has been Simpzy. Much love from Australia. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.